You're watching Rain Knight Gaming.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Rain Knight Gaming. I'm Rain Knight, and today we're going over my build for Clan. I was able to win a locals with this, and I've placed it a couple, just going 3-1, 4-1, and another one, but I finally went undefeated last weekend, so I'm pretty excited. If you want to see the original build of this by CoachSK, I will put a link in the descriptions below. He put out a good video, a couple good videos actually, of going over this build, how to play it, all that kind of stuff. I learned a lot from that, and I just changed a couple cards for my own personal play style. If you guys like this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you are interested in being coached by CoachSK, because he does do that, it's in the name, go over to his stuff and contact him. And he does do coaching for Gundam and some other things, I think, too. Probably not long distance running. I don't think he does that, but cards. Before we get into the deck profile, a couple quick things. One, the winner of last week's contest for Structured X7 is this person. I'm pretty sure I'll put it there. I could put it over here. One of those two. But if that's you, head over to the Discord and we'll work out how to send it to you. And congratulations! So look forward to the first week of next month where I will be giving away something else. Also, I have started doing shorts. Let me know if you guys like them. It's all Pokemon based just because I felt like playing some Pokemon, and it's kind of fun to learn how to make shorts and all that kind of stuff. So let me know if you like that kind of content, or if you want to see more, or if you don't want to see it at all. Let me know. I love hearing from you guys. Okay, let's get into that deck profile, and I'll talk about each card as I go through it. Okay, Clan. Clan has been a really fun kind of breath of fresh air for me on a deck to play, and as you play it more, you get a lot better at it versus other decks, and it kind of has a pretty decent matchup against most things. I've found Ping being probably the worst. It does pretty decent against blockers, the Wing Zero blockers, so, it's not too terrible. Some changes I made just because it's my own personal playstyle, so I will call those out as we get to them. So first up, one thing that is different in this one is I do play 3 of the Zaku 2s from the structure deck, just because I like having that little bit of extra threat on board. Some people could play, some extra, gems, 2/1/2/2s, that kind of stuff. But I just really like this because it gives a little bit more aggression, and it's a lot of fun to play. Then that jumps us right into the clan stuff. We've got 4 of the Galgoog. This just is a really nice little low-level thing, and it links if you want to do the link. Usually you don't link with this because you save that for the later stuff, but in a pinch, you can. Getting already back into the bigger things. This is probably my favorite card in the deck. Red Gundam is super gnarly just because you can use his effect on himself by himself. So when he's attacking, he's just like the Zaku where he buffs himself. So he turns into a 6/3, and then his pilot is a 1/2. So he turns in with a pilot, he would be a 7/5, which is huge with the breach, and he buffs other units. It's just one of those cards that is just super nasty to get on the board. You do want to try not to put him out there without the link, just because he does get targeted very quickly because people know how good he is. Then one card that's actually surprisingly good is just the vanilla Red Gundam, and the reason for that is the 4/2, so he's really cheap, and he's a 4 HP. That means you can load the board up with this at like turn 8, your turn 8, maybe going into their turn 8, and he will survive a Wing Zero drop with 1 HP left. So if you've got 3 of these on board or something like that, they're going to survive that wing drop, and they don't do anything else on that turn, so you're going to maybe be able to clean up the game or something like that just by surviving with that 1 less left HP. So actually surprisingly good. Another one that is just really good, this is the 4/3 G-Quooks Omega Saiku. This one's really nice just because, it does that extra bit of pop damage. if you've already got clan stuff off, which you usually have clan stuff off. And usually that one little ping is going to be enough to let you finish off a unit, or it lets you activate some of your other stuff that you'll see here in a minute. It's just a really good, solid, middle of the road card. The only bad part is, yes, it only has 2 HP, so this is not going to survive a wing 0 drop or much at all, really. So this is one of those ones that you want to play on 4, 5, and 6, and hopefully not have to play in those later turns. Then we just play the 1 of the Galgoog here. This is just a nice little 2-pop. It's not too bad. It's just one of those things that lets you put in a little bit extra ping damage. Can be really helpful. It's just kind of a little flex spot. You can put in a lot of other stuff. Coach had this in there, and I didn't want to take it out because, it actually comes in handy every now and then. Getting into your big boys, we are just playing 3 of another G-Quux. This is the one with First Strike, and I'll tell you that First Strike comes up a lot. Also, remember, 4 HP will survive those wing drops, so you're going to be able to drop this, link, hit into something, survive, then if they drop a wing, you're still surviving it. So you're able to do a bunch of stuff with this. It's just a really good flex spot for being able to take care of things and survive things. And you go into these in that late game, and it really just does a lot of work. Getting into our 2 last units, we are playing 3 of another red Gundam. There's a lot of red Gundams, and this one's pretty good too. I don't go into it as much probably, but linked up, it has high maneuver, which, high maneuver, ending those games can just come in handy. And, there were several games where I needed to swing in to win, and I had this guy with the link, and we were good to go to win. So really good, really awesome card. And then we're only playing 2 of our biggest boss monster. This one's going to let you play out another clan unit, which is really awesome when it actually doesn't whiff. Sometimes it does. But, it's a 5/4, so it's going to survive the wing drops. 5 attack, which is huge. Linked up, it is a 7 attack, so a 7/5. So you're going to be able to hit over just about everything. Plus, it's going to let you flood that board just that little bit more. Okay, that's all the units. Clean this up a little bit. I really wouldn't change too much. I have seen some new stuff coming out in the next set, which is going to go lovely in this build, and I'm pretty excited about it. So getting into the pilots, pretty simple pilots. Just playing the 4 Sojis, just because Soji links with our dudes. And actually that, where you get to look at the top card and either bury it or put it on top, really comes in handy quite a bit. So that's going to be something that you actually hit quite often. And then our last pilot, Muchi is just, she's another really good one. And, if you link, look at the top card of your deck. If it is a clan unit, you get to reveal it and add it to your hand. So it's, kind of like a little bit of card draw, not real good card draw. That's really the weakness of this deck, is card draw. You have a couple things, but you don't have blues or whites card draw, so not the best. Playing 2 of these. I forgot that was in there. So yeah, 2 of those. Let's see here. Getting into our commands, we're playing 4 close combat. Close combat is nasty, just because, you're able to pop stuff. This is kind of like your early game, and if you're playing the original build of this that Coach has, this is your early game, because he doesn't play any 2 1s or 2 1/2s. This is how he takes care of them, which, it works. I just kind of found that I had a little bit more trouble surviving. Maybe it's because I'm not as good of a player. Who knows? But I really like it. One card I don't like as much, and that's why I brought it down to 2, is Battle of Aces. Yes, it is a very good card. But I just find, in the early game, if I have it in my hand, it's a brick, just because you can't put that damage onto things to get this thing to actually do what it needs to do. And plus, both of these have really good, burst mechanics. And then our one actual card draw, Schoolgirl, is, super good. It's a 1/1, so you can play this early, you can play this late. It's going to let you get into things that you need. If you play it early, you're basically just trying to stack your hand, so when you get into that turn level 3, 4, and 5, you have exactly what which you need to actually keep on moving forward because that middle game is right kind of your sweet spot. And then one part where I really did change the build a bunch, I dropped the bases that he was playing and I played a new base. And this one I actually just added and played it last weekend. So it was like right as this came out. This one is cool because it lets you just give one of your units +2 on attack. So I really found that really kind of helped, some of that early game aggression or getting over things really late because it's a 2/1, so it's really inexpensive and you can get to it really early. I was going back and forth between this and the 6 health base simply because they're really early, cheap, and they help you survive against other things. This I found was a little bit better just because you got to use it early, and late that 2 extra damage came in really big getting over some of the bigger units. Okay, that is going to be it for this. Hopefully you guys like these videos. Hopefully you guys will subscribe, and let me know if you guys like playing the clan, or if you guys can't wait for the new stuff to come out for it. But hey, I always say, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And I'm not shooting my face for this. I'm just doing a lot of hand motions. Because I said the ready thing. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. See you.